Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Hits and Misses episode, and today at the end of the video I will share two very high-end, very luxurious misses that I'm sure some of you will be very curious to hear about. So topping my March favorites list are the Chikuhodo Takumi series brushes, and my favorite of these is the T2, the angled powder. So it's hard to find these angled powder in slightly smaller shapes just because most powder brushes are really oversized these days, but this is perfect for getting into the corners of my nose, underneath my jawline. You can definitely use this for precision bronzer application if you would like. I do think that it's the perfect powder size, not too big, not too small, so if you like powder brushes, this is a must-have. Next up we have the T5, which I actually use for contouring, and as many of you know, I love the Z2, and it is a really beautiful ultra soft brush, but if you have oilier skin, it's really hard to contour with that brush because the bristles are so incredibly soft. There's not enough resistance if you have oily skin. So if you do have oily or combination skin, I highly recommend this one because it is goat. Even though these fibers are incredibly soft, I do still find that it works really well for contouring. I used it with my favorite Dolce & Gabbana powder just because it's natural, it's not too sheer. This actually gives really great color coverage, so you don't need to load up your brush too much, and again, I think it's excellent for contouring as well as highlighting. Now for the foundation brush, which I've already washed. This one is the T3, and I think this is so phenomenal for liquid or even powder foundation if you like a really heavy coverage on top of tinted moisturizer or something really light. So I love this because it buffs in the product really well, and it's not too much trouble to clean. This particular flat top style is really great and versatile because you can actually pat coverage on, so just stipple it on like this, but if you want to sheer out a heavier foundation, just buff it in large circular motions. So I highly recommend this one as well. But the Takumi series is excellent for everyday use because I love the matte handles. Some people don't like the red handwriting, but I think it's beautiful. Now for the lips, I'm wearing a combination of two products today. First up is the Pop Water Glossy Stain by YSL in number 208. This is Wet Nude, and I absolutely love this color because it actually isn't really a nude on me. It's more like a soft peach with a hint more white as opposed to orange, which is what a lot of peaches do veer towards. And I've also got on top the MAC Julia Petite lip gloss. This is the lip gloss in Purpurine, I think, and this is a phenomenal lip gloss. It just makes my lips look ultra full, like I had injections, but I really didn't. It just creates the illusion of really thick, full, lively lips. So even though I don't generally like sticky lip glosses, I think this particular matte gloss is amazing, and it's one of the only products from her line that's not sold out. But backtracking to the YSL Pop Water collection, I think it's one of the most phenomenal collections that YSL has done in a while, especially if you are a lip gloss lover like me. The original glossy stains are more like liquid lipstick and gloss hybrids, so they're ultra pigmented, they deepen in color on the lips, but these are actually just super long wearing glosses. So they have translucency, they have that really wet look, and I've actually posted swatches of all 6 shades that I purchased on my blog, and I also have swatches of the nail colors as well. So I'm absolutely in love with the YSL Pop Water collection because it just has that really ultra casual, effortless, I didn't try today vibe. The nail colors are just so easy to use and they dry down really quickly. It's almost impossible to pick a favorite, but I do think 208 is the one that I've been reaching for most often just because it coordinates well with all my outfits and all my makeup. But I also really love 201, which is the dewy red that Cara is wearing in the advertisement, and 203 I think is the universal favorite just because it has just the right amount of color for pigmented lips and it just looks good on everybody. It's the perfect spring-summer color. But if you know that sticky lip gloss irritates you, then definitely try the Shiomura Lac Supreme, and I actually have this color here, WN02. This is a bright pink, and it's fairly similar to one of these glossy stains in number 206. This one has more of a violet tone, whereas the WN is more true to pink. But the best part about the Lac Supreme is that they're a cross between the original glossy stain and the Pop Water glossy stain. So you get the middle range in pigment, in glossiness, and lasting power. These are not quite as sticky, so you will have to reapply after meals and after drinking water, but I'm I'm just super impressed because the darker colors do leave a little bit of a stain as well. These Schumacher glosses are a little bit cheaper, but more importantly, they don't have that sticky factor. It has that water-light feel that a lot of Dior glosses have, just a little bit longer lasting, and most importantly, without shimmer. And since I mentioned nail polish with the YSL Pop Water collection, I figured I would talk to you about the nail polishes that I have been obsessed with this month. And this is the Louboutin Python collection, and I just find that this blue, yellow, and ivory white is an amazing combination. I would say that the bright blue is a cross between cobalt blue and periwinkle, but it has a vibrancy on the nail. It's just so beautiful. My manicurist was telling me that she absolutely loves this color. But from this Python collection, my favorite is the bright yellow. It's called Hot Chick, and normally I can't wear yellow nail polishes because most of them are too orange, and I just find that they make my hands look really sallow. But this has a lot more white in the base, so it's a very subtle yellow. It's definitely a yellow, but it's more of a pastel shade as opposed to a bright sunshine yellow. So I think this is a really, really beautiful color, and I hope that they actually make this a full-size one because I would hop right on that. Now this one is called Solanu, I think, and I was actually surprised that this one is not a stark white because it actually looks brighter in the bottle than it does on my nail. I think because it has a slightly sheerer formula, it does have more of an ivory tone, kind of like a wedding dress in an eggshell color, so it has that effect on my nails, but it's very, very nice, especially if I want a clean manicure. Plus these nail polishes come in this really super cute collectible Python case. I highly recommend this trio if you're interested in these polishes, just because it gives you an idea of what Louboutin color is like without having to commit to one full-size color. Now we're going to take a quick break from makeup because I actually have an exciting couple accessories to show you, first of which is actually on sale. So I just bought these Dior sunglasses from Neiman Marcus, but Nordstrom.com has them on sale because they're price matching. So you can take this opportunity to get these sunglasses on sale for 25% off, and they're really amazing. They're super popular right now, but the reason I bought them is because that they're actually a smaller frame. The sides of my face are actually quite short, so most sunglasses are far too long for me, and so we have to hook the legs all the way down, so it kind of looks funny sometimes, but because these are shorter, they're much more comfortable wrapped behind my ears, and I just find that it has a really unique shape because there's no bar between the center of the lenses. But most of you who follow me on Instagram have probably seen them already. I find them very comfortable, and they're actually a great build considering I find Dior sunglass quality has gone down a lot in the past couple years, so I just figured it would be a great PSA to let you know that these wonderful sunglasses are on sale. I originally wanted the full mirrored version, but my sister actually helped me pick these, and she just thought that the half mirror with the rest of the lens plain was a more unique touch. I just figured it was time for a change for summer 2015, so definitely check these out. And since I mentioned that one of my favorite pairs of heels are the YSL Tributes, I just figured it would be appropriate to share some really great news if you are a tribute lover like I am, or if you are interested in trying out the tributes but you weren't sure if this style was meant for you. I have found a brand new pair that was just released for this season that is just as comfortable. I love the Bianca as much as I love the Tributes. I do think that the Tribute is a little bit more secure, especially around the ankle area here. This one is a little bit loose because it has multiple straps, but I just think that this is a very sexy shoe. I think the Tribute is really great for work, even though it has a large platform in the front like this one. But as you can see, the Bianca has a very straight heel, which I find has a little bit more sex appeal. This one is a more modern take on the Tribute. So if you're looking for a new pair of heels this summer and you're looking for a comfortable platform, definitely make it the Bianca. Now we'll wind down with some basics before we move on to the misses. Here we have the M Cosmetics Lengthening Mascara, which has turned out to be an incredible dupe because I really dislike the word dupe. It is very similar in effect to my favorite Holy Grail Clé de Peau Perfect Mascara. And believe me, the Clé de Peau mascara is perfect, except it doesn't have a perfect price tag because it's very expensive at $50 a pop. However, the M Cosmetics Cosmetics mascara is just under $20, I think. It's about $18 or $19, and it's probably the best mascara that I've ever used that has fibers in it. The fibers don't irritate my contacts, and that's the problem with a lot of these fiber mascaras, especially the ones from Japan. The fibers are really thick and heavy, so once they dry down and the lashes harden with the fibers, I just find it really irritating. But because I haven't experienced any flaking or any irritation with this particular fiber lash mascara, I highly recommend it. Plus, it's just so affordable. It doesn't give me a whole lot of volume, but under false lashes and just during the day when I'm out running errands, this is the perfect mascara. Now for my new Holy Grail pressed powder. I'm not a huge fan of pressed powders in general because I usually prefer powder foundations, but the new nude powder, the Sheer Luminous Pressed Compact by Burberry, has blown me away, and I'm just showing you honey because this one is new. Honey is much too dark for my skin color. I actually use porcelain number 11, so if you're very fair, this might be a little bit too dark for you, but if you just use a little bit to even out redness, just cover up a little bit of any open pores, I think this could work. But I use porcelain on top of liquid foundation, and the reason why I didn't want to show mine first is because it's really well used. I did clean it up a little bit just before I filmed this video, but it's very well loved, and it travels with me just about everywhere. So I especially like to use this over the SK2 Treatment Cream Foundation, which is amazing. So definitely check out these new nude powders. They're so incredible, even on normal to dry skin like mine. Now for my two misses of the month. They are both skincare products, and first we'll start with the Chanel Le Weekend, which I did purchase in duty free several months ago. And I think if you are new to skincare and you like a very simple three-step approach, this is a pretty interesting product. But for me, it doesn't really do much. I didn't see the effects, and it's nice, it smells great, it has a really lightweight texture. So as a moisturizer of sorts, I think I could get away with this on the weekend. But as a skincare product, I'm not really impressed by it, and I don't think it's all that effective and worth the money. It's supposed to have some sort of regenerating and exfoliating effect, but on me, I just didn't see it. It just felt like a nice moisturizer, so I definitely think this is a pass. Now, the By Terry Cellulose Nutri-Baume, this is the Intensive Relief Balm, smells wonderful. It has a really great pink color. It's so nice, and I think this is actually a really good moisturizer for those with big pores as well as oily skin, because this balm is not actually hydrating and I have normal to dry skin, so if you have dry skin, this will definitely not work for you. There is a pretty high amount of silicone, so that's why I recommend it to those with pore issues, because it's actually like a moisturizer and foundation primer in one. But it just does not work for my skin type, and it does have a fairly strong rose fragrance, and the powdery finish was nice under makeup, but it definitely didn't treat my skin overnight. So I highly recommend this for those with oily skin or big pore issues, but not for those with normal to very dry skin. So at least if you were interested, you could pick up a sample from Space NK, but I don't think that it's particularly a phenomenal product. She has so many better makeup products out there. And that's a wrap. So thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. And if you have any further questions, feel free to leave them here or ask me on Twitter. And I'll see you next time. Bye.